Yeah, I think it's always hard to win the first one in conference tournaments. I think that's always the hardest one to win. And I thought we got off to a great start, and we talked about that last couple of times we played Wichita. We got off to poor starts, and so we wanted to make sure we got off to a better start. But and then I thought that, and I woke up this morning and had a great article in the New Orleans paper about R.J. McGee, and I read it. And so I hope he has another one tomorrow morning. I can get up tomorrow morning and read it, and he can come and play like this because, man, he's his last 3 games, he is really playing well. And so is this guy, Kevin Cross. But I really wanted to mention RJ, so questions.
Okay. Raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you, please. We'll start in the front with Gary.
Gary Smith with NOLA.com. You mentioned the good start. Really, you weathered all their storms. You feel like, with the exception of the last 20 seconds when the game was out of reach, it was a really good team effort from mostly for start to finish?
Yeah, it's we knew at the end of the day it'd be close. Every time we play Wichita State, man, it's like this. I mean, the last 2 or 3 years, it comes down to a few possessions. So we were ready for this. But again, like when we were upset when we lost at home to them, and so that was great motivation for us. We talked about that all week about making sure we take care of business.
The intensity, there were no defensive possessions taken. I mean, did you like what you saw from start to finish on that?
Some of it. Some of it. We scored the ball pretty well, and so we get a little lazy sometimes on our defensive slides. But again, we played a good basketball there. I think one of the hottest teams in the league coming in here was Wichita State, outside of what Houston's done. They've been playing good basketball, so that was a good win for us today.
And Kevin, you had probably your worst game of the year. The last time you played Wichita State, it looked like you were aggressive from the start. How much was that kind of a conscious effort on your part?
Honestly, I was just thinking about it all week and just knowing that this was going to be our first game, first stepping stool, honestly.
And RJ, I think you had a career high tonight. You said you had a good mindset going into this tournament. What does it mean to you to have a game like this on this stage?
It means a lot to me, but I got to give credit to my teammates. They did a great job of feeding me the ball in the places that I could be effective at. So, I took my hat off to my teammates.
Go ahead, Gary.
Kevin, you started there 5 for 7 from the field there in the first half. What seemed to be working for you there early on to get going, get that momentum going?
Honestly, just me trying to start inside out instead of starting outside in.
Coach, Craig Porter took over the second half. I mean, you look down at the stat sheet, he finishes with nearly 22, I believe, and then a good second half there, 11 assists, 6 rebounds. What makes him such a dynamic player, and what was he able to do to cause problems tonight?
Well, I thought in the first half we did a good job with him, but he's a good player. You're not going to hold really good players down like that for a very long time. And we actually even tried to trap the ball screen, and we did a poor job of that. But again, he makes Wichita go, and we understand that. That's one of the things that we talk about. But you're not going. There are 3 or 4 really special point guards in this league, and he's one of them. And so I'm going to send him a graduation present. I think that so I never have to see that guy again. But he's a really, really good player.
Here in front.
And Coach, I mean, they've been so good at points in the paint, shots at the rim. I think you guys held them to like 32%. What's the credit go there? I mean, 13 blocks. How well did you guys protect the rim tonight?
Yeah, I just thought we played with more energy. We played them at our place right after that Houston loss, and everybody knows we lose every game after Houston. I have no idea why, but I want to make sure you get with Wichita. Coach is doing a really nice job with that program, man, and I know people are on him and that thing, but I think he's doing a really, really nice job. They are so different now than when we played him, a year ago, and he's, they're organized, they know what they're doing. He's done a really, really nice job, and so we knew that we were going to have our hands full. He did a great job, and I told him I feel like he outcoached me when they came to our place with it, and so I wasn't going to let him do that back-to-back games. That wasn't going to happen.
And Kevin, kind of the same question. How important was protecting the rim, and what did you guys do a good job of to force a lot of contested misses?
Honestly, just sticking to the game plan and just knowing everything, knowing how they play, and just knowing how their players play and stuff like that. Honestly.
And Coach Sion stuffed the stat sheet tonight. Didn't have his best shooting night, just had 7 points, but 5 rebounds, 8 assists. Just talk about his performance and how he willed this team on the offensive and defensive end.
I would like to see anyone else, and he is, in my opinion, the most underrated kid in this country. what he does for our basketball team and what he does overall for college basketball and things. He is the most underrated player. And I know we've got great players. We really do, and they do a great job. But Sion James is amazing. He gets out, and you know what's crazy, even better? He doesn't even want any of the credit. The kid is just special. He's a special human being, and you know, as I keep telling him, one day he's going to get his due. But we aren't where we are without Sion James.
There was a stretch of 3 possessions in the first half where Jalen Forbes scored 9 points, and although you never really put the game away, that kind of gave you the separation that you were able to hold on. How important is it to have that kind of a stretch?
Well, it's important. I mean, he's a great shooter, and he has the freedom to make shots. And even the last one that he missed, and there was, I think it was 13 seconds on the shot clock. I'd have him take that shot all the time, because when his mind is free, man, he can really make shots. And so, I think that all our guys, outside of, we got to remember this was Cook's first conference tournament game, really in college. And so I think he was a little jittery early, but he kind of settled into the game just like the rest of our guys.
Now you got a quick turnaround with Memphis tomorrow, a team that you guys have beat twice this season. Very close battles. Obviously, tomorrow's going to be another big battle.
Yeah.
How are you guys going to prepare for that? Obviously, late night tonight. How are you guys just going to turn the page and get ready for Memphis tomorrow morning?
Every kid's going to come into my room, and I'm going to give them a bathtub, scrub down, cool down. But they come into my room and make sure that I rub them down, make them feel really good, have a glass of wine and a beer on each end, and make sure we get ready. That's the way you kind of get ready for games inside of 16, 17 hours. So I can't wait to rub them down and get my boy ready here.
On that note, Tulane, thank you.
Thanks, all right, guys, go to bed.